Okay, a couple of things today that I wanted to talk about. Should be fast. One was keyboard shortcuts. Is 1.7 the right moment to start introducing those? There is a bug open for that. But it's a new feature, so we could at least implement, CTRL+S for saving, CTRL+SHIFT+S for publishing, and maybe where there are checkboxes, CTRL+A to select them all, that sort of thing. The thoughts?
Yeah, I like it. I think that's cool.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. Maybe even we can do Control+F for content search, but I don't know. It will interfere with the browser Control+F.
Yeah.
Which is useful at times.
Yeah, we haven't even decided to implement the search feature in the admin. So when we do, we'll see how if we want to implement a shortcut for it. But, we shouldn't interfere with browser search. Okay, well. And the other topic was PowerShell integration. We've had command line tool for pretty much ever, but it's not integrated in PowerShell. There is a lot of opportunity here. The thing is, there is an existing project. I haven't looked at the details of that project, but let me paste the link to it in the chat window. Oh, why can't I chat? Oh, there it is. Yeah, there is a lot of opportunity to do some really cool stuff with PowerShell, and the fact that there is a module that exists already may be a good starting point. So maybe we should think about integrating that.
Yeah, I've spoken to a friend of mine who wrote this module. He could probably do a demo next week, because he was too busy today to join us.
Okay, so let's do that, and if we think it's a good thing to do, let's also start a thread on the forums. But we would need an owner for that, so that may be your friend. I don't know, but to own the integration of that into core, if we agree that it's a good idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if core changes are possible, that no. It might be a bit easier to. I'm not asking you. It will be much easier to integrate PowerShell, because in the current state, there is a lot of the way the PowerShell works is there. You need to pass objects through the app domain boundary, and it's not the best thing to do, and I'm not speaking about performance only, but it needs a lot of gymnastics with code, and things can get pretty complicated. So yeah, we will probably be able to pinpoint some things that could be changed to make it easier, because we're using this project on production, so it's working. But you just need to do a lot of steps to make it work. It's not just installing a module.
Okay, yeah, it would be great to have a demo.
Okay, cool.
Of the existing module.
Next week, yeah.
That's what I had for this week. Do we have demos?
I have.
Oh.
It's not like I'm not doing anything during the week. I just work one day of the week, which lets me make some demos. Ready?
Yeah.
So I have to share. Desktop, yep. Desktop. Okay. I'm waiting for Benedict to tell me when he can see it.
Okay, loved it.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay, so this is the... I did some progress on the Media Manager, you guess. So this is the main screen. New thing is when you go import here, just small things. When you no, not this one. Oh yeah, this one too. So if I select video, the progress bar is slightly different, and it's also including the different video thumbnail. It should load. Maybe it doesn't because of a bug. You can also select some music, audio, media. Doesn't work the thumbnail. Maybe I broke the thumbnail, but it will be fixed. You can also select some documents, but I don't want to go in my document folder like PowerPoint and everything, and it will be also detected as a document. So when you close here, you will see those, you see things here, and the thumbnail is just an icon of what it is. Same thing for when it is a document. And here you have the preview for an audio, which is just a player for audio, and it works. Same thing for the video, preview for video. What else? If I go back to import and I do web search, bunnies, I can select bunnies. You see I've changed how selection is done, so it's more like in terms of UI like Windows 8. And if you right click, it's like in Windows 8, toggling the selection. Okay? Or you can do control click. So it's right click or control left click. This is the same thing. I reuse this UI in the main one, in the main selection, and now you can select in the main list. Doesn't do anything right now for this main thing, but it does for the dialog to select items. So which leads me to showing you the dialog for selecting items. So I made a media library picker field, like the media picker field or the media gallery field. Right now it's called media library picker field. And example, I created a content type name gallery, which contains common author route title, so simple, and a media library picker field, which is exactly like the content items picker, but when you use it on this content type, you say add, it opens a dialog with the media manager, and you can pick some images. The selection here. Oh, by the way, if you have multiple folders and you navigate in those folders, the selection is maintained. So you can pick items from different folders. I might show you after. And if you go back to these folders, those elements are showing selected too. So I select them, 5 items, and you see the nice thumbnails here. And you can reorder them. And if I give a title, I can save it. And it's there. Done for the demo, but you imagine what you can do with that now.
So that's a content media picker part or field?
That's a field.
A field. Okay. Does the part exist?
No, but you can create a part with a field if you want. You want me to create a part? Because there was the. You remember I made the content item picker last version, and it was a field, and I also made the media gallery picker just for the media files. So this is almost exactly the same implementation. It's just using the media library. So typical scenario, you have a gallery like that, a picker like that. You can define how many images you want, one or multiple ones. I think I will add the option to have a unique items, but because you can today select multiple times the same one. And also, yeah, the typical scenario is that you click add, and usually you don't have it, you will create it, so you go to import, and you can already import from there and select it and done. So this will be very quick. So if I click on close, it won't work because it's losing the dialog, but that's the idea.
How can we, if at all, add metadata associated with those images so that they would display in a media gallery?
Yep. Let me show you. Oh well. Yes, I will show you right now. So the idea is that if you look at so I will change, for instance, the images. Okay. I could create a new type, but I will change the image type. So I edit, and I will add a part. Tags. So now I can tag my images, or I could have added a taxonomy field. So if I go to the media and click on an image, there is no tags here, but if I click edit, I can change the tags for my image.
Oh, but there's a caption there too, right? So for example, if I wanted to write a caption and then have a URL link, I can do both.
So yeah, by default, any media has an alternate text and a caption. This is by design. It can be changed, can be discussed. What do we need on every media by default? Mm-hmm. And it can be also removed because it's just a content type.
Sure.
But you can also add any part, any field.
Yeah.
You can add images to image, for instance, profiles. Like you have a main image, but you want different sizes. So you could add some images to an image.
Mm-hmm.
Or a thumbnail to a video, or a thumbnail to an audio, or whatever. It's completely open now. There is still some points I have to fill, which, for instance, is how to select what kind of media you want to create. So, for instance, when you say import, it will detect it automatically based on what you give. But maybe you want to force the creation of some specific content type. So maybe the idea will be that there will be import and also create, and it will lead you to something like that. Instead of new gallery, it will be like new image, and you can create your own custom image and pick a media from here, a media file, not a media item, a media file. So you can create your own custom media content type and edit them.
Seb, how does this work on a web farm? Sorry, I only just thought about this. So this is saving the files to disk, isn't it? So how are the files persisted across a web farm if you've got the site hosted on two boxes?
Same thing for today, because if you have two boxes, you need a local, a shared storage, which can be blob storage, Azure blob storage, or a shared folder, which is handled too. So okay. Same story as yesterday.
Okay, that's fine. I just wondered.
So for instance, on Azure, the storage provider for Azure is using blobs, which means if you upload an image, it will be stored on blobs.
Yeah, that's okay. Okay.
So now, to complete my answer to Ilan, when you have a gallery like that with images, this is a content item. So when you customize the display for this content item, this field has a property named content items. So you will be able to browse them and to render exactly what you want for each media. Which size, which HTML tagging, whatever you want. So for instance, this one could be rendered as a slideshow or as a whatever you want, carousel, or it's just a list of media. So also this field allows to filter on which media types you want to select, like you just want images and no videos, or anything, or videos and images, but not audio. We still need to think about the different usages of this and to complete it if it's missing some things. I'm trying to have a thorough scenario to see if it works in a real world. But I think it with what we have now, it should work.
There is a question from Antoine. How does it look like on the front
So right now, I just finished it this morning. Right now, the summary for the field is just displaying the links as for the content item picker, and same thing on the front end is just displaying the links. So maybe because it's a media, we might display the thumbnails of them, because each media can have a thumbnail, and those thumbnails.
In summary admin, yes, absolutely. The same view that you have in the actual picker.
Yep. Okay. Or maybe with smaller image. So what I did also last week, what the behavior I changed is
on the front end. I mean, it needs to be completely customizable, obviously, but yeah.
Completely customizable. The question is, what is the default customization? So do we just show a link to the file, or do we just show nothing?
In WordPress.
And in WordPress, I don't know what they do. I'll check. Yeah, I'm sure we could display the raw media, because if you embed the media, let's show it. I don't know. Well, they have options to when you inject to make it a link to the media, or a thumbnail which will link to the media. So it's displayed like this small lion, but when you click on the image, it will be a pop-up like a lightbox. This could be the default behavior for images, opening in a lightbox, and I don't know.
Shouldn't that be handled in the theme though?
This will be, you will be able to handle it, and you will have to handle it because you always have custom scenarios. The question is, if we don't do anything, what should be the default? This is just well,
I think, I mean, shouldn't the default be handled by the default theme that it ships with?
That's it, yeah, for theme machine. What is the default template in the module when it renders something? Do we render a thumbnail? Do we render a link? A thumbnail with a link? I don't know. Because in the end, each theme will customize it. No, for my, I don't know, product, I want to display a lightbox using this plugin with this CSS, and yeah, you will customize it. But by default, in the theme machine, for instance, and the rendered tagging for by the module, what is it? I don't know. Can be discussed, can be changed. It's very easy to change. We can change our minds during the next weeks. Because we also have to handle the differences between the different media types. So if in my gallery I select an audio, a video, a document, like a Word document, a PowerPoint, and an image, what do I do?
So should we handle that through alternates simply?
You will be able to handle that through alternates, but what do we render? Do we render, for instance, the thumbnail display type of every media as a list in a ULLI or as div? You know, that's the question.
Yeah.
So today, as of today, for the content items picker, we don't render anything. We just let the user define how to render it.
Let's look at what WordPress is doing for the same thing. Yeah, we can start from that. Antoine is also asking what video and audio player you used.
Audio tag and video tag.
Zoltan was pointing to an article by Hanselman that
last week it was
interesting.
Yeah, because so this is a different scenario. Here it's the admin scenario, so we can handle audio and video tag. He's pointing to the fact that we might. Yeah,
but exactly on the front end, I mean, for video and audio, you will have to have a player. So.
Yes. There are also some libraries which handle this case on purpose. Yeah, it's a jQuery library. Yeah. Make it an audio player and it will adapt. Same thing for the video player. But again, this is something that we will ship by default, so maybe it might be lightweight or not. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or we might have themes which will handle it in a specific way.
There needs to be something that works out of the box.
Yep. But should it be part of the theme machine, which is just a theme machine, or A more advanced theme?
It should be part of the module.
Okay.
Because otherwise you would have to always, all themes would have to provide something, including existing themes. So.
Yeah, so the default will be a nice fallback, actually.
All right, guys, anything else?
Seems you want to say something.
Any Harvest news?
No, not at the moment. The agenda is coming together and should be published in the next 24 hours.
I would urge people on the call, if you haven't registered yet for Harvest and you intend on going, so as soon as possible.
I'm sorry, Ilan. You said that the agenda is coming together in 24 hours. So the deadline for applying for a presentation is
still the 15th.
Okay. Because I just had an idea today, so yeah. Okay.
So submit.
Okay. I will.
To it.
Thanks.
I have no idea. I'm sure I can say something, but I have no idea.
I'll give you some ideas.
I don't like your ideas.
You can submit Signal. How's that? You can demo that.
Just a question: are there any more presentations for today, or are we going to be doing triage, or
watch the soccer game?
Or watch the soccer game?
Because I think it's more important.
Let's do triage.
Okay, and then watch the soccer game. Okay. So let's hurry up. So there is a new Codeplex workflow.
Yeah, the fixed state has disappeared.
Now the fixed is not more in status. There is one status named closed, but we have reason closed now, which can be fixed, or could be like we don't want it, or your dump as has never understood anything from Orchard or something like that.
I can't see it. It's still loading.
Or
actually, almost wrote that on the Stack Overflow.
We can also have a specific reason closed with Piotr on it, or Signalar on it.
Okay.
So it's very open now. This is nice. So what do they want? So there is nothing to do. Okay.
No. Yeah.
66.
66.
Okay, can I deploy 2 Orchard applications to Azure with 1 storage account? I have to think about it later.
This will be possible when we implement the, custom Hibernate configuration possibility. So anyone could be able, anyone could be able to add his own mappings to the current config, and that's we just expose the extension point for that. Oh, it's about custom custom SQL types.
No. It's custom
No.
mappings to store specific stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
So okay, maybe
Yeah, sounds reasonable.
later. Okay. If Pierre doesn't say so, I trust him.
Yeah, there is an N+1 with that. I've noticed it as well.
Okay. I think I think I had the same issue and theme. I will try. I think I found a solution. I will try to see if I can backport it.
Updating the custom.
Okay, I can look
Oh, I've noticed this a couple of times. It kind of disappears and you have to resize the screen almost to get it back. Yeah, I kind of just ignored it. I thought it was just me.
I don't understand. So localization part on HTML widget. Okay, maybe I will try to see what the issue is. So this one, did we fix this one, Bertrand? We found the issue, but I can't remember if we fixed it. No, yeah, okay. Yeah, we open a new bug for that. So I explained the bug. The bug is that if you look for some specific keywords in Google, you will find for the Noisette site some contents/items/display87. You see here?
Mm-hmm.
So Google doesn't know about a link if there is about a URL if there are no links for this, and there was no way there could be a link for this. So the question was, how did this link appear? Actually, this link is in the RSS feed, because the RSS feed was configured to just return all the content items of specific projection, and this projection wasn't supposed to render any links, so it wasn't rendering links, but the RSS was. So the solution that we found is to have a template for the RSS on the type at the type level, so that you can define what value you want in your RSS feed if the type is rendered. And we have opened the bug already for that. So I will close it and explain why I close it. Okay?
Okay, and yeah, do you have a link to the
Nope.
other bug?
The link. Okay. Yes, I have. Reason closed. It's not fixed. It's not unassigned. And I don't know where I changed the reason closed. Oh, how to remove reasons. Woohoo! This page. So, what is the reason closed? Duplicate.
Fixed. Yeah, fixed by previous.
No, fixed is there. It's not fixed here. It's
Oh yeah, it is a duplicate. Yeah, that makes
Deferred?
sense.
sorry.
Deferred?
Fun. I don't know. I will use duplicate here. It's not really the duplicate. We made a duplicate, a real reason, but or related bug. I call it duplicate one. It's really okay. So next, close issue, reason duplicate. Did it work? Yeah.
Boxing white ears.
Oh, it's already active. Okay, no, it's already active. So I need to go back here, propose all, and to select the one here. You see now I have added a new duplicate here. This column is very small. Just one word by line. Okay, tasks are not deleted before task execution. I will look into solutions. I also thought about this issue, but I need to look into this. Well, in theory, there is no bug. Okay, there is no bug. Let's close it. I will explain. Leave this page. So, I will close it. Close issue. So we.
Oh, sorry. Should it not remove itself when it's completed?
It is. It will. That's not the question. The question is, should it not be removed before processing so that no one else can process it while I'm processing it? So there can't be two threads running the same task, because if the task takes a long time, it could be that on a farm, another node triggers a task and say, oh, I have to execute this task. Okay, and it will execute.
Task lease. Task lease does that
yes,
for you.
So that's what I'm about to answer actually.
Okay.
Okay, so it's not an issue because it can only happen if two nodes are running. And in this case, the task lease module will ensure only one is ending tasks. Sipke. Is Sipke around here?
Yes, I'm reading. It's kind of control.
It comes back to my mind that I think I know why.
Oh yeah,
No, let me finish my sentence. I know why widgets are not very well suited for what you use in your layout, custom layout, well, in the kind of custom layout. It's because a widget is a content item. Okay, and it has its own life, and you're trying to link those items together, the page and those widgets. And based on the discussion I had with Bertrand about versioning and related items, I think it can go wrong. And let's imagine now that you have another kind of part called snippet part, and they are not content items. They are just records and linked by a custom part, which will be called like a snippets part, which is actually what you did, your custom part, okay? Mm-hmm. So then content inside the content item, inside the page, linked to the page. So it doesn't have its own life. The content item is the aggregate, and those items are aggregated by the content item. You see?
Yeah, that makes sense. Although I don't think this issue, this work item, is related to that. This is
what I just told has nothing to do with it. Okay. Okay. It's just that it's a widget and I forgot about it.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that makes sense. That would solve that issue. But that's a somewhat bigger implementation.
Yeah, but yeah, if you want to talk about it and
absolutely
think about it, we might do something, because
cool.
Okay. You might redo some things like the widget, but the widgets are very interesting because they use layers, and layers are a wonderful principle, and we will keep it. Mm-hmm. But snippets are different because they are not based on layers. I don't think they should be based on layers, but based on the container.
Exactly.
You see?
Yeah.
So that's why maybe we need two concepts. They are related. They are injecting some data, but mm-hmm. but on different concepts. And okay, sorry. And same thing for translation. It might be interesting. So if you translate your page, the different snippets will also translate it automatically. Otherwise, if you link to widgets, they won't. You see, this is different mechanism. So.
Sure. Yeah, sure. Let's talk about it.
Did I open this one? Yeah. Later, it's risky. I like a shortcut with a macro open assigned to 1.7. Okay.
What's HP?
Homepage.
Oh, homepage. Okay.
So there is a bug actually. This is not a bug. There is a bug. If the set as homepage is lost, it's a bug. If it's not shown, it should not be changed. So I will.
This is more than that, though. This is really sort of changing the way this is.
So there are two issues here. There is first a bug,
Yes.
and there is another issue that you would like to change how it's defined.
Yeah, but we've been saying that this UI was not the right one since the beginning of our chart.
So
Nobody ever liked that UI. We know that it's backwards, and maybe this is the right opportunity to make it right.
Is this the setting of the homepage, Bertrand? Is that what you mean?
It's the setting of the homepage, yeah.
So
Yeah.
how would you set it?
It's described in the
The solution
but
proposed.
there is a flow.
yeah.
Okay. Great. Let's fix the flaw and then go through with the solution.
Okay, there should be a dedicated page for setting HP on which there a content picker. Okay, that tells us. Okay, so you are linked to. Okay, use a content picker.
Maybe that could be done in site settings.
That's what we're
It
proposing.
can be done inside settings. Then the question is the publish later.
Oh.
Because the nice thing with today's behavior is that when it's published, the home page will change.
Yeah, and also what happens with archive as well. Because you might want to archive the homepage and publish it. No, maybe not. Ignore me.
Publish later is not obvious to fix. It would be pretty much its own feature.
Mm-hmm. But the publish later thing could be a rule.
Well, we will also have to think about publish later when we start looking at content deployment, I mean the staging stuff. That is also going to be an issue for that.
Yep. So right now I will just fix the bug and I'll put it for later, changing how the homepage works and the extensibility.
Lucene has built-in solutions for that, so that was why
Yeah, so give me the solution. I don't know about it, you have to explain me. Because you know it, apparently, and I don't know it. So is it me, or...?
Well, I mean, it's a built-in feature of Lucene, so it should work in that way that if there's a power loss or something, the Lucene index isn't corrupted. So I was surprised to find that it was indeed corrupted for an Ocean instance.
Okay, so what can we do?
I don't know. I don't know how the Lucene index is used and how that can affect it.
I will try to repro at least. It's related to some other issues. Because the only nice way to use append title part will be to have a location in the title parts. So you can inject at the beginning and the end, or with a priority like 1, 2, 3 position, like we do for shapes. So a module could decide to inject tags on the content item at the beginning of a title, always. Shape menu item. This one.
Should owner ever be null?
It can, anonymous. Or the user, yeah, anonymous is there. So for instance, a custom submitted by an anonymous user.
Yeah.
Or you remove it. You edit the field and you delete it.
Or you are creating the content item programmatically. So that was the actual use case here.
You still have this awful noise when you stop. We should record. I mean, can't you listen to a recorded show just to listen to you and the noise you have in your back?
There is no noise. Only you are hearing it. Probably it's coming from your head.
No,
I can hear it too.
And probably it's just going to the US. Because Benedict isn't hearing it, so it's not on the recording.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I do.
Everyone can hear it, and it's recorded.
Yeah.
I can hear it as well.
Yeah, it's on the recordings. It's on the recordings.
It's just you. Like
Zoltan is so get used to it that he doesn't hear it anymore.
When you talk, it's okay, I think.
Alright, I will just keep on talking.
No, it happens. Okay, forget about it. Don't say anything. I open this one, okay. Support for Oracle DB.
Oh boy, why would we do that?
Can't do that. We can ship Oracle DB providers. That's why we can do that.
What's the license on those?
I don't know, but we can't. No, I think
doesn't Microsoft
no, they stopped it.
Okay.
No, we can't. No.
Life is too short to deal with it, right?
I mean, come
on. Not enough support.
It requires code modifications of core modules. Well, obviously not for Oracle DB, but maybe if the modifications aren't specific.
It's just not high enough on the priority list, is really what it comes down to. There's a million
No,
other
but I'm
ways.
wondering if
Don't say that.
No, well, what I'm saying is if it requires
By Sybase. By Sybase.
but if it requires core modifications, maybe those core modifications can be done without any Oracle stuff inside, if that makes sense. Maybe they're just asking for some extension points that we're missing, or
yeah, are we still missing extensibility and setup to allow third-party database providers to plug in?
That might be what they're asking. I haven't read the thread, so
that was my comment actually. To make sure that setup is sufficiently extensible that you can plug in your own database provider. And this can be provided as a module. Do you still have to edit the setup module to add a database provider?
Yes, because it's changing the view when you provide one. It could be done so it's extensible, but you can also already create a module which will do it for you, which will change the setup and use your setup adding the Oracle stuff.
Can you?
Yes, and the issue with a module is that you have to download it by hand manually and replace the setup, because the setup doesn't know about any dynamic module.
Maybe
if you had to create your own distribution that has that extra provider as a module, that's one thing. But having to create a distribution that actually replaces one of the core modules set up in this instance,
yeah, but the setup,
I think that's wrong.
The setup can't load other modules that it doesn't know.
Why not?
Because
yeah.
No, Piotr, don't even open your microphone. Because I see you coming and trying to create 15 classes just to add one line of injection of, I don't know. No, we don't want to touch that. The setup has its own orchard container, which defines programmatically what modules are loaded at setup done. It doesn't look for modules because it's, no.
Yeah, but couldn't it look into a config file instead of having it hard-coded in code?
What will contain a config file? Because look at the setup.
A list of modules to include that setup.
Maybe just an assembly, not in a module, but an assembly which contains the code.
Or maybe we could have the attribute that you could put on the class to say it's setup visible or something like this.
No.
Setup extensibility is a serious problem.
So the extensibility here is database. How many databases do you want to add?
Well, that's dependent on the choice of the user who wants it. If they want to add Oracle DB, then there should be an extension point.
Yeah, or Postgres or.
I mean, I won't be doing Oracle DB, but I'm sure other people will want to.
So create a module with Oracle DB, put it in a gallery, and document that how to install Orchard with Oracle is to download this module and to install it. It will override the setup and you will have Oracle working. Done.
Well,
that means that to extend setup, you have to replace it.
Yes, good. It's a new module. You use your own custom module set for setup.
We also talked about making the setup extensible so that you could, for example, use wizards, a wizard-based setup.
Yeah, so
I know
we can extend it for so many ways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but there are many reasons to extend setup. There are many legitimate reasons to extend setup. But
what kind of extensions? So first is database, okay? Then. So we define what we want to extend. I think database, we don't need that. We don't need to extend for databases. It will take less time to implement all the databases existing in the world than making it extensible.
Yeah, but it's not just for that. It's not just for.
Okay, so after database, there is what? Wizards. This is a different topic. Okay, we might want to extend setup with wizards.
Mm-hmm.
Then what?
I don't know.
So if you do a module, it's just saying extensible, but yeah, extensible in what way? We can do generic extensibility for a module.
Yeah.
So I don't think we should extend the setup to be extensible for databases. It's not worth it. There are two databases that we might want to add, Oracle and Postgre. What else?
SQLite.
Okay, 3. Okay, 1 hour. I won't spend 10 days in extending the database thing just to potentially have 3 extensibility points for database.
Well, yeah, that kind of makes sense. And then maybe you could, and then you could configure what you want to show up in that list, maybe, if you really want to.
Because it's not about the list. Then after the list, you need to configure the form and how to enter the values. So.
Okay, so let's close this one. Suggest the way to implement a module that works, and people who want to set up extensibility, please open a new bug with the scenario where you want that to happen. Consider it and see if it warrants creating an extensibility story for setup or not.
Can you still comment on issue after closing it? I'm not sure. I'm asking because this is a bigger topic than the average issue. So I think the video link should be inserted as a comment, so those who commented on this issue or created it could watch the video and see the reasoning.
You just scroll and everything you type is lost.
Yeah, I definitely reference the video, so that they can get some context.
Shouldn't it be encoded?
I don't know. Ooh, I'm lost. Yeah, it works. So this will be my workaround. epsilon is very liking those double escape things.
Yeah, but I think you have to be Hungarian for that, or
Maybe.
probably French.
But not French in USA.
Yeah.
Have you actually made this change locally, Zoltan?
No, haven't tried it. I just opened the discussion or the issue.
But and what if the routes might change based on the request? No, it doesn't make sense. That's what you say.
Yeah. Actually, what is it? Yeah, Ilias service is using that, but it's just reading them. Ilias service is the one service that possibly change route.
But even if there would be a reason for that, the list of route providers is maintained in an object that is itself a singleton. So the route providers wouldn't be invoked anyway on each request, right?
There is one place where they are injected directly. So what I've included into the issue description. So default Ilias service is actually injecting all the route providers.
But okay, so I would have to investigate how that is being used then, because the list of routes being used by that singleton I mentioned, that's the one responsible for routing.
Oh, yeah, but I understand what Zoltan means. Yeah, because iRoute provider, it's a matter of convention that we shouldn't use I-dependency on something that is always supposed to be in singleton, because there are some edge cases that you may have those types of objects instantiated for request. And if we just change it to singleton dependency, it will, all requests will grab the same instance. So maybe it should be changed. And maybe it's not the only place where such situation may happen.
I don't think it matters. That's what it does. There is no state. Done. It won't change anything.
Yeah, but if you for example take an enumerable of those route providers in some
you will spare one resolve. No, you will still have the resolve instead of giving you.
Yeah.
So, and as you said, it's iRoute. There are many of them. So yeah. No.
Yeah, taken there is not there isn't something happening. I don't know, or whatever. So maybe there are some route providers that have state, and then what? They grab like lots of objects and cache them in some private variable. And
I don't think there is any reason to make it a singleton.
But it already is a singleton.
Nope.
It's used.
It isn't, but they are used as singletons. So that's what's strange for me here. Because route providers are instantiated on two places inside Orchard. One somewhere in the app star. So and they are all gathered and processed, and one other place is in that default Ilias service.
So let's keep it like that.
These objects shouldn't change during the whole shell lifetime, no?
Right, but is it expensive?
No, this is the same cost because they will still be resolved once done. So there is a risk to change it, and there is no benefit. So even if it's not done right, I think I don't care, because there is a risk and there is no benefit.
The benefit is not having to instantiate all the root providers on every request.
No, because you said it. You said they were resolved like a singleton on one class. And there is. And even if they will be resolved as a singleton, they will still be resolved on every request. It will just be the same instance which will be returned instead of new instances. And
I'm not speaking about resolving, I'm speaking about instantiating.
Yes, but what's the cost of instantiating a class? This is nothing.
This is very cheap. Do you have any evidence in a profile that this is a problem?
No, but no, I'm just...
Okay, it's closed. You don't have evidence, so it's closed.
Yeah, but I see all the root providers here instantiated without use.
So what?
They will still be instantiated without use if they were singleton.
But once.
No, so okay.
So
we don't care about instantiating an object. We are instantiating billions of objects for each request. So it's not 10 more that will make a difference.
Yeah, of course, but it's unneeded. So that's why I opened the issue.
We don't care. What? We don't care. If you do things like that, you don't do a variable. You just do a byte array of things, and you will split them because you don't need to instantiate 10 variables if you can put them in one. No, it's no.
Which is, by the way, what ASM.js does.
Yeah, you know the only reason for having a singleton would be if some root provider will cache something inside, so it will have to rebuild the cache.
There is no state
each
here.
time.
If there is no state, let's make it a high dependency.
Okay, bye everyone.
Adios.
Bye.
So I say yes later. It won't be part of 1.7 unless you do it. You did. But we need to think about it more than what just you did. And
yes, exactly. Yeah, I want to talk about the what's it called, the not the widgets, but the other thing we mentioned.
And this weekend I made a very small project for you. I will show you for your stuff.
Nice.
I think they can. No.
But isn't dash changed to double underscore?
No. I think it worked. Okay, I will try to. I make it open, but I think I already did this. But I had to look into the code to see what it was looking for, and I think it's working, because even content types can have dashes.
This is on 1.6.
Because it should work. Yeah, I will try to. I put it open. I will try to find a solution. So we'll stop here, otherwise we can't watch the game at all.
Cool.
8 to come and already open for 1.7. Almost 200. Just 1 week of work and they should all be fixed. Okay, thank you guys.
Cheers everyone, have a good evening.
Yeah,
Cheers.
thank you.
You too.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye everyone.
Bye.